I certainly would like to hear what the plans are that the port in particular has to be able then to handle the flow of goods, which will now come in on one ship as opposed to two ships as it was in the past.
Senator Tom Adda, the chairman of the Legislative Transportation Committee, has called an information briefing for tonight on the impact of Horizon Lines pulling its cargo services from Guam. While Matson has promised the public that they have the space on their vessels to take the cargo normally carried by Horizon, Senator Adda says that is only one small piece of the shipping puzzle. There are many more questions that he hopes the Port Authority of Guam will be able to answer tonight.
Now you're going to have both cargo loads coming in on one sailing, so that raises questions of, does the port have the stevedoring personnel to be able to work for extended periods of time that it's going to take to unload that ship, which is effectively carrying the loads of two ships.
The senator also wants to know if the port's facilities can accommodate more cargo on the Matson ships.
For example, your reefer containers. Normally when they get offloaded, they are connected to the port's power source to keep the contents of the reefer containers chilled until we're able to get it out to the consignees. I believe there's a limit on the number of reefer containers that can be accommodated.
Another important piece to the puzzle, Adda says, is customs and quarantine, which will have to clear the cargo in a timely manner.
We need to make sure that, in fact, in this case, Matson, that the port understands just what kind of constraints that they may have, because after leaving Guam, they have a window that they also have to meet in China. And if they miss that window, it just creates a domino effect.
Senator Adda says he's heard from the local management of Matson that they will be attending tonight's briefing, and he hopes Horizon Lines will have representatives present as well.
Hopefully we'll be able to hear from them, from the two shipping lines, insofar as how closely they're working at each other to make this transition smooth until at least we get a replacement for Horizon.
In response to Governor Calvo's call to Matson to lower their rates, Adda said he agrees that we should embrace any opportunity to reduce shipping costs, but we shouldn't assume that just because Matson has more customers, they can afford to charge less.
I think it's something that needs to be looked at, because we do know that if they now have to load up that ship with basically the cargo that used to be carried by another shipper, that means that ship is going to have to stay in port that much longer. It's going to have to sail faster to reach Guam and be able to meet its other destinations. That means burning up more fuel.
As far as bringing in some new competition for Matson, Adda says that's important, as he is a believer in healthy competition. And he says having more than one carrier would mean that if something goes wrong for one, the other is there to pick up the slack. Betsy Brown, PNC News.